Made all over the world, enjoyed by millions, but still mysterious to many.
Including us.
Oh, my God.
I'm Matthew Goode.
And I'm Matthew Rhys. You might be wondering what two actors are doing on a show about wine.
I've always loved that sound. Glass of giggles. And then maybe a cleansing ale.
Well, we're going to be looking behind the labels on all kinds of bottles.
Is a dry finish on it?
Yeah, it is dry.
I quite like
Well,
it.
okay.
So do I.
Oh,
What? From the wine we enjoy every day with our dinner to the really, really fine stuff.
This is well over £100.
I'm all right.
We'll be exploring stories that not only tell us about wine, but the world we live in today.
It's about weather, soil, grapes, and people.
We're going to show you there's a wine out there for everyone, and trying something different is the best way to understand more about this marvelous drink.
Knock me down with a feather.
Indian rosé.
Wow.
But we're not doing it alone. Our team of wine experts has traveled to 11 countries on 5 continents to bring back the best and most interesting wines.
I'm not sure if this is sort of genius or just bizarre.
Here, to our villa, high in the Italian hills.
Where have you been, Maestro?
I've been to Chile. It was very interesting. We've got 2 fascinating wines.
And we're getting out and about ourselves.
This isn't right.
It is right, it's just you haven't worked it. You don't speak Italian.
Make her speak English.
We're taking a trip across Italy, choosing wines that reflect the spirit of this most beautiful country.
Made your choice?
I've made my choice, but I'm not going anywhere for a bit. I'm going to just luxuriate in it for a second.
In this episode, Joe Fattorini meets a winemaker who curiously puts on a wetsuit every time he heads to his cellar.
Amelia Singer is our very own Tasmanian devil.
Due to being surrounded by water, it allows it to be one of the few generally cool climate areas in Australia.
As she visits Australia to find out about climate change.
And Rhys and I head down the Grand Canal.
We normally drink the Prosecco and Spritz.
To find the spirit of Venice in a bottle.
So sit back, kick your shoes off, and let things breathe.
As we open up yet another fine episode of The Wine Show.
Do you think there'll ever be a time when he just walks up and says, I've been to Torquay? Speaking of which, something clearly's gone wrong.
What has happened to one of your labels?
It's never been on.
Oh, really?
This is from the Greek islands.
Blimey, you get all the good gigs.
I certainly do. Have you been to the Greek islands?
I have.
Can you...
Corfu,
maybe if
why are
have
you
a
brandishing
smell,
that as a
babe,
weapon towards me?
Smell this, and it
Ooh.
might take you back there.
So Yorkshire.
Well, I'll do it then. Oh, smells quite salty.
It does.
Smell of the sea?
Very much so.
I have been to discover about tradition and ancient history, but also about modernity and innovation on the island of Santorini.
Well, before we open your strange bottle of wine, let's find out why Joe is on a boat and why, indeed, he needed one to tell this great story about wine.
Greece, synonymous with blue skies, beach holidays, salads topped with cheese, and of course, more recently, financial catastrophe.
You may not immediately think of this as a wine-producing country, but winemaking can be traced here on Santorini back 3,500 years. Today, they're not just making some very interesting wines, they're making some really innovative ones too.
And with Greece's economy in as perilous a state as it is, that can only be a good thing.
You may be wondering if I'm here to talk about a renaissance in Greek winemaking. Well, why am I out in the middle of the sea? Well, I've visited a lot of cellars in my time, but I've never before visited one by speedboat.
But before we dive headfirst into the future of Greek wine, let's pause to remember that Greece's history, both real and mythical, is pretty much drenched in it.
Then there's the gods. Dionysius, or Bacchus, as the Romans called him later, who was the god of wine, but not just of wine, also harvest, winemaking, and then religious ecstasy and ritual madness. What's not to like?
But it wasn't just the gods that drank wine. Here on Santorini, the town of Aperitivos has been unearthed from layers of volcanic ash. wine presses and vessels dating back 3,600 years proved that Santorini was at the epicenter of the wine trade from its earliest days. Whilst the volcanoes killed everything at the time, subsequent generations have adapted to the soil. One of the wineries to do that is Argyros. I'm being shown some ancient vineyards by Stefanos Georgios.
This is basalt. This came from the volcano, 1600 BC.
1600 BC, so we know exactly that's 3,600
years.
600 years
yes.
old.
The top is basalt. We have volcanic ash and sand underneath this layer. The soil has a lot of pumice. The pumice absorbs the water and then slowly gives it back to the plant.
So there's this very gradual uptake of water through the summer when it's never raining at all.
Exactly.
Let's have a look at this. This is, even I can tell, this is an old vine, isn't it?
This is a little bit over 250 years old.
250 years old?
Yes. This is a Sirtico.
Okay.
This is our heritage grape. We have this basket shape. We form this way so they have a lot of leaves, so they have a good protection from the sun, from the strong winds that we have all year.
That's absolutely extraordinary. What are you going to make with this?
We want to use these grapes for the Visanto.
Okay.
Greek Vinsanto is a sweet wine with a naturally high sugar content, which helped preserve it on those long sea voyages that left Santorini all those centuries ago.
Come on, can I have a try of this Vinsanto?
Oh, be happy to. Please.
Tell me some of the history about Vinsanto. This is quite an ancient wine, isn't it, from Santorini?
It's the history of Santorini. They've been making that before 12th century because the Venetians, when they arrived here, they found this wine on the island. Of course, was made a little bit differently.
This is 20 years old.
This one ages 20 years in the barrel. You're going to have the 92 vintage.
It's sweet, but it's not sticky or
No.
heavy because it's got a really pungent freshness to it as well.
Exactly. That's the beauty of the Assyrtiko. The Assyrtiko has acidity to give the beauty of this dessert wine. And it's not fortified. It's natural sweet.
It's some sort of figgy pudding and Christmas cake and all those things, but with a really keen, fresh character that gives it a real lift at the end. Oh, I could drink a lot of that. When you try this, what does this wine mean to you?
A lot. It brings a lot of memories. It brings a lot of respect to all our ancestors, which they have discovered the way to vinify and to make this wine, but also the future, because the one that we're gonna make it this year, in a few weeks from now, drinking it 21, 22 years. So it's gonna be in a barrel, and if
we're blessed.
If we're blessed.
Oh, that's good.
Sitting here talking to Stefanos, I really understand what Vinsanto means to the people of Santorini. It's their past, their present, but it's also a big part of their future. And if there's one winery that's looking forward, it's Gaia on the island's eastern beaches. Yanis Paraskevopoulos is its owner. In the name of scientific research, he's aging his wine at 20 metres under the Aegean. I'm not a certified diver, and it can be a dangerous game, so I'm staying on the boat to work on my tan, safe in the knowledge that Yanis is taking this whole aging underwater experiment very seriously indeed. Aging underwater might sound like a marketing gimmick, but there is scientific method behind this madness. By aging in an environment devoid of oxygen, wine is supposed to take on drastically different flavour profiles to traditionally aged wines. I can't help but wonder if it isn't easier to keep wine in the basement or under the stairs, but I'm excited to be a Greek wine guinea pig.
I've got it. Thank you very much. Woo. Woo. It's a properly sea-encrusted bottle of wine. That is going to be very exciting to taste.
Back at the beautiful Gaia winery, Yanis is treating me to my first ever taste of a sea-aged wine. A nautical vertical tasting, the wine aged 5 years underwater compared to the same wine made last year.
It's a very different colour straight away. It's older.
Charlie, let me tell you, when Aperitivo ages in normal conditions, after 5 years, the colour is far more amber than that. By looking at it, we wouldn't have said that it's more than a year or two.
No, absolutely not. Now you've told me that this is 5 years, it's a weird experience because there are bits of it that taste older, but there are bits of it that really don't. It's got none of that nuttiness or that kind of dried fruit character that you might start to get in a wine that was this old.
That was the target. It is like a hybrid. It's something between a young, but at the same time, evolved wine.
That's absolutely right. The younger wine it's more tangy. It's got a tangy zing to it. The sea-aged wine, I'm not sure what term we would use for this, the sort of sea-matured.
All right, which one of the two would you rather have on your table?
Oh, the sea-matured wine. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
That's also my feeling, and it's a bit of an upsetting feeling because I know now that I have to flood my cellar. Our wine is called thalassitis, meaning the one that comes from the sea. These conditions, aging underwater, blocks any oxygen uptake. And that makes a big difference. You can do it in a bucket. You can do it home.
I'm going to toast that with a very ancient wine made in a very modern way.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers. The great wine writer Hugh Johnson recently wrote of Greek wine, "Keep making it like this and I'll drink you out of your troubles." And there is something rather wonderful about watching winemakers really pushing the boundaries of winemaking and really enjoying themselves, especially here with the glittering Aegean Sea and the beautiful island of Santorini and all the myths and, you know, these hints of Atlantis. That makes it really special if you're somebody like me who doesn't want to just drink a glass of wine. You want to drink a story. So the next time you're reading about the travails of the Greek economy, do them a favour, treat yourself, buy a bottle of Greek wine, because I genuinely don't believe you'll be disappointed.
Come on, let's get on with the Barnacle Bill.
Yes.
Now,
I can't wait.
I got to go and try both this, if you like, and then its land-matured counterpart. And I'll have a taste, because there's a distinctive feature in Aperitivo.
It's got little bubbles in it, a little bit fizzy.
And it's tangy.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
It's got
very dry.
It is very
Up
dry.
your street.
It can have a fierce acidity. It can be fiercely tangy. And the nicest thing about this is that it softens it up, so it's still got a real zip to the wine, but it's around the edges, there are nice softer tones.
Should we move on to your next Santorini?
You can. Now, this is Estate Argyros.
Right.
And this is their Vinsanto.
That's like licorice coming out.
It's a remarkable colour.
Isn't it?
God.
Look at that.
An air of blackstrap molasses about that.
Yeah,
I don't know where to begin.
You're not going to like this, mate.
I'm going to say, do you know what I'm going to say? Things like wood preservers, cuprinol, varnish.
You're in the right ballpark. It has a lot of wood spice character because it's been spending at least 20 years in wood. You can find a lot about both Vinsanto and about Thalassitis and Aperitivo from Santorini, all on our website.
Perfectly said.
Joe, thank you very, very much once again. I have to say, this is a fabulous Christmas wine, isn't it?
Efaristo.
Still to come, Rhys comes up with the perfect solutions for decanting his wine.
Find an old colander.
Yes.
Take off a sock.
English sparkling wine is the star of the show for top Devon chef Michael Caines.
And we share some beers with a few gondoliers. Matthew Rhys is going to buy these drinks, a very generous man.
Of course.
Where there's wine, there's a gadget. Whether it's cooling, pouring, or opening, someone has tried to find a way to give us the best glass of wine possible.
But which gadgets are great and which are good for nothing?
My favourite city in the world is Buenos Aires. Good air, which is entirely what a good wine needs. Deserves, is it not?
That's exactly what we're talking about today, adding air into wine and taking sediment out of it. Because when you pour a glass of wine, you want to add in air so that it increases the complexity, it changes the tannic structure a little bit. And there are endless ways people have done this. We have a few here. Should we begin?
Crack on, Rhys.
So here's just a regular glass of
There you go, dude.
wine. You can start with this one, Mr. Rhys. And then I'm going to add this device on. And here the wine passes through a series of little channels. And it sort of aerates it as it goes down.
Very clever.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that is quite a fun one,
And
actually.
something to look at as well.
Oh, lovely.
A bit closer,
Like
later.
that. See if you can taste the difference between those two wines whilst I'll set up
Come on.
the next.
Come on. It's immediate. That one's so intense, the smell. This one's opened up immediately. It's softer. It's more attractive.
It is, it's true.
This is the Tribella. So we take this out of what looks like a spectacle case.
It's a little bit Bond, this one, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? We'll put that in. And then this gives you 3 streams.
Oh, look at that.
Don't cross the streams.
That's okay. Come on.
No, your turn. I did last time.
Oh, okay. And this is that. Yep. Okay, so that's like last time. Fresh, raw. I don't think this has opened up as quite as much yet.
It hasn't.
No. But it was prettier, so there's something in it for everyone.
Sorry, Tribella.
This is our last device. This is interesting. What I'm going to do...
Wow!
We take this decanter here.
Look at that.
Ooh, plunge it.
And we put that there.
Okay.
Right.
So that goes on top.
That goes on top. Now,
Insert.
Then you launch it.
Oh, I think that's the prettiest of the lot, isn't
That
it?
is like Guy Fawkes night. Look at
and
that.
can you see it all over the inside rim of the decanter? That's giving maximum air contact. The thing is that the special attachment only works with
Oh, that decanter.
with this particular sort of decanter. But I have to say, this is a lovely device, and you know, I'm very fond of it and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if you really wanted to do this, pour it from one bottle into the other, and then pour it back again.
Find an old colander.
Yeah.
Or
Rugby
a
players do dentist
sieve.
chairs.
Take off a sock.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to get in touch with us and ask about these gadgets, but also just about low-tech methods of aerating their wine, they should get in touch through Twitter @WineShowTV. Maybe put #oxygen on it.
Well, sediment.
Cheers.
Now, food and wine. When we're thinking about what to drink, we generally choose our wine after we've decided what we're going to eat. But here on The Wine Show, we like to mix it up. We're asking some of the world's greatest chefs to reverse the idea. First, they're picking their favourite wine. Then, they're planning a dish to match it. I'm curious to know what Matthew and Joe would like to eat with the wine chosen by today's chef.
I'm very excited. Our guest chef this time has used, I'm feeling very patriotic, an English sparkling wine, and particularly as I'm from the West Country, this is really making me excited because this is from the Camel Valley in Cornwall, and it's Pinot Noir, and as you can tell, it's nice and chilled.
And a gold winner.
Yes, I'm just wondering if I'll be able to get it open there, 'cause I've got slightly
Twist the bottle.
damp hands. I know.
That's what we've got it.
There we go.
Oh, well, look at that beautiful colour.
Isn't it amazing?
Very
Mr.
delicate.
Rhys, could you slant your glass for me? Thank you very much indeed. So, sparkling wines. Give us a little bit of the character of the wine and what you think it may complement as far as food.
Do you want to go first?
No, I'll start with an expert. Come on. Then I can copy.
Close your eyes.
Jump on your back, as 'twere.
And smell it. Remember, this is a red grape, and so it has red fruit flavours. Although it's very delicate and light and sparkling wine, you have to start thinking, this is in red wine territory without the tannins.
Got to hold you to a food here, boys. Come on.
It's going to have to be meatier, but without a lot of tannin. And I am thinking a solid fish, something like a monkfish or a halibut or that sort of fish, or possibly a big crustacean.
Rhys, Mr. Rhys, what are your thoughts?
I'd have a curry with this.
I would.
Would you?
I would. So I think this
It
would
is a
sort of
dry finish.
cut through it.
Cut in.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to say, you're absolutely on the money with that. If you think, here's a clue. What's the sort of the thoroughbred of the crustacean world?
Well, if you're going to go right down that road, you have a totally pink meal. Everything's pink. Pink wine, pink food, which will be a lobster.
Pink lady, put her in the sun.
Pink vegetables, pink the lot.
And here to tell us exactly how he complemented this gorgeous English wine, in fact, he did use a different English wine, is the incredible Michael Caines from Gidley Park in Devon.
I'm Michael Caines and I'm executive chef at Gidley Park Hotel here in Devon. The thing that brought me to Gidley Park in the beginning was a phone call from Raymond Blanc, who had recommended me for the job. I think what we've created here is a haven of quality. We're in Devon. We're one of the richest food larders in Europe, if not the best, surrounded by sea, amazing rolling pastures, huge heritage in farming, a place that recognises the importance of regional foods, and also a place where you can have amazing meals served with a great cellar. I think my early memories of wine has always been around the table at home. My parents enjoyed going to France, they enjoyed travelling. We went to Le Loire, we stayed just outside of Chinon with a French family. And, you know, the whole experience of having a meal over hours with wine was a great experience. The fear of a wine list is well documented, partly because if it's not written in English, it can be a bit of a turn-off. Pronunciation is always a problem, especially if you've got a condescending French waiter that likes to correct you every 5 seconds. So I think we've got to take away the snobbery of wine, where, you know, people like to use their knowledge as some sort of one-upmanship. And I think that's something in particular to English culture of wine. One thing we do well in England is sparkling wine. The English sparkling wine scene is incredible. It's borne out through lots of awards, through blind tastings, which I think is a really good way of proving the quality of the wines without the stigma of where it's from. So the one I've chosen is the sparkling rosé from Pebblebed. It's slightly more weighted, it's an elegant style, lovely light bubbles, and I just think for an English wine, it's a nice expressive wine for this time of year as well. The importance of the wine list here for the experience of Gidley is so embedded to what we do. So we'll do some tastings, we'll sit with the sommelier, we'll talk about the characteristics of the wine, and then we'll look about the characteristics of the dish and try and get that right marriage. The dish I'm cooking is a warm salad of lobster. I wanted to create a dish that was aromatic, that had fragrance, but at the same time accentuated all the characteristics in the lobster. We cook the tails in a court bouillon, which is made from vegetables, so we get this nice stock with a cardamom and mango vinaigrette. And then finally, we make this lovely curry mayonnaise. It's a nice, light, fresh starter for the summer, so we're looking at the complexity of the spice held up against the weight of the rosé itself, but also good minerality for the wine, which will give it a good presence. Nice acidity too, which you need. I think overall it's a great mix. I think you know you're onto a good thing when the French guys start coming over and looking to invest in English wineries, and coupled with that, when the quality of the wine itself is winning awards. The combination of those two factors, you know, are showing that there is a real future for English wine.
Still to come, is climate change going to lead to a world without wine? Amelia Singer gets to grips with the latest technology helping winemakers around the world.
This is what we call a near-infrared reflectance spectrometer. So it's a big mouthful.
And Joe sends us to Venice to have a drink with one of that city's most famous sons.
That looks like our man. I'd say that's him.
Italy, a place where food and wine dominate life like no other nation on earth.
But in a country with 350 wine varieties and even more type of grape, just where did two novices start?
We're looking to our mentor, Obi Wine Kenobi, Joe Fattorini, for help.
He's creating a trip across Italy so we can learn a little about this country's best wines.
But sending us to the nearest bottle shop is just not his style.
Yes, this is certainly more than just a jaunt through the Italian countryside.
Well, what an air of finality.
Once more into the breach.
One last time.
Yes.
Gentlemen, the journey is nearly over.
Sad. It's sad.
It's all about the journey.
Yeah.
This is the wine showcase. 11 wines you've found. There's just one more wine for you to find that captures the spirit of Italy. And this time,
I want you to go to one of the most beautiful cities in Italy, to Venice.
Oh, brilliant.
Venice is the gateway to one of the most important wine regions in Italy, to the Veneto. But think about what it means when you hear the word Venice. I want you to go and find a wine that captures the spirit of being in Venice.
Oh, I can't wait. This is exciting.
And a perfect end.
In the spirit of our tradition, it's time to catch the water taxi.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, Rhys, Venice.
No less.
Oh, bring it.
Where is Venice?
I'll tell you, it's up north.
So Mr. Goode is correct. Venice sits on the northeast coast of Italy and is the capital of both the province of Venezia and the region of Veneto.
In the 5th to 8th century AD, Huns, Goths and barbarians repeatedly ransacked Roman towns along the Veneto's Adriatic coast. Early settlers started to build on the lagoon so its inhabitants could escape the fighting, and the city of Venice was born.
Today, Venice is a cosmopolitan city known for its canals, gondoliers, colourful carnivals and world-class architecture.
But it doesn't feel like the kind of place where we'll find vineyards and winemakers.
That's not the point. Joe wants us to experience the spirit of Venice and all it has to offer.
Look at that.
Just never gets old, does it?
Well, it is quite old.
Well, you know what I mean. Have you been here before?
I have. You?
I've been lucky enough to film here on 3 occasions.
Yeah, well, in good shape then.
So I suppose onward.
Ever onward.
Ever onward.
Even though I've sampled a few of the local bars in my time, Joe has assigned a mysterious local expert to help us get to the heart of the spirit of Venice.
All we've been told is to wait for a little blue boat.
That's a blue boat. Rhys?
That looks like our man. I'd say that's him.
It does look an awful lot.
Oh, yeah, that's who it is.
That's who it is. That's Francesco da Mosta.
Yeah.
We've struck gold here, Goode. Francesco is something of a local legend, and his family, the da Mostas, originally winemakers themselves, have figured in the life of the city for as long as records have been kept.
Buongiorno.
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 Look at this. Precision parking.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome
Matthew.
to Venice. Great
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Nice to meet you.
Matthew as well.
Yes, 2 Matthews.
No, that's great. Yeah, fantastic.
So we've been given the challenge of trying to find or define what the spirit of Venice is, which I would imagine is very difficult.
That's a tough challenge.
Yes, to put the spirit of somewhere as unique and amazing as Venice into a bottle. However, now that you're here, I'm feeling much more confident.
Yeah, you're going to be like our shaman.
Oh, I would love it. So let's go now.
Lead
let's
on.
go.
Lead on. Thank you so much.
Let's see. Okay.
Well, Goode, I hope you brought your sea legs.
This is the ultimate way to arrive in Venice, by speedboat with Francesco da Mosta,
Francesco is the go-to man for everything Venetian,
including the Venetian obsession with aperitivo.
We normally drink the Prosecco and Spritz. That is some white wine, some water, and you can put Aperol or Campari.
Aperitivo comes from the Latin word to open, and includes a range of drinks that Venetians enjoy before dinner.
In Venice, it's a way of life, and Prosecco is one of the most popular.
Is Prosecco made locally?
Yeah, Treviso, Conegliano. It's all wine that they make here. There is a funny legend. When the king of Poland was going to France, they arrived in Conegliano, and to receive him, they made a fountain giving wine for 4 days all the time. That is fantastic.
They need to do that again.
Yeah.
A fountain of Prosecco. This is my kind of city.
Surely locally made Prosecco has to be a contender for the spirit of Venice.
Whoa, 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 let's not get ahead of ourselves. We haven't even tasted it yet.
We're going to go up the Grand Canal.
Yeah.
Rhys, have you entered in from the Grand Canal before?
No.
It's so amazing.
The Grand Canal is an ancient waterway that snakes its way through the center of Venice.
St. Mark's, St. Mark's Square.
Yeah.
And that's the center of Venice?
I think the real center was Rialto.
Oh, okay.
The economic strength of Venice was in Rialto.
Oh, okay.
The Rialto Bridge was built in 1591 and marks the area of Venice known for its markets and was once the first port of call for goods entering the city.
And it's where wine would have been inspected. Taxes on the wine were taken at the city's trading bank, appropriately now a wine bar. It's where Francesco is taking us to meet someone who can give us an introduction to the aperitivo.
Sarah Cossiga is one of Venice's top sommeliers and a born and bred Venetian.
First of all, you are in the most productive wine region in the whole country.
Really?
Because,
Really?
Yeah. We produce 17% of, just the wine made in Italy on a national scale, understand?
Wow, I'm shocked.
You understand why we're always drunk?
Of course, because the wine never goes anywhere. It stays here.
It's exaggerating.
Yes.
People meet. In Venice particularly, life is very social.
Yeah.
We just walk, and as you walk, you meet people. Yes.
It's a
So you
whole
live in a
stage.
kind of open-air theater. As we meet, you offer each other a drink. And then you relax. Yeah, relax.
That's true. If you had to choose one drink, you say, oh yeah, a lot of Venetians drink this drink. Is there one drink that you could pick?
But, well, I would say that today Spritz is the most popular one. But Spritz is kind of easygoing and very refreshing.
Yeah.
There are 3 parts of Aperol, 2 parts of wine, and 1 part of soda or water. Once you tried Spritz, it's for the rest of your life. Then Prosecco, Prosecco is at the same level, let's say, as Spritz. It is, just easygoing because it is delicate wine. It is refreshing, rich in acidity. It is not too rich in alcohol.
This is a real town of aperitivo, it seems to me.
Built for it.
Built for it. I mean,
I think we should try one.
Yes.
shouldn't we?
The drinks are coming.
Sarah has ordered us some classic aperitivo to try.
The Bellini, invented in Venice in the 1930s, the classic Bellini is white peach puree and Prosecco.
An Aperol Spritz? I've been waiting to try one of these all day.
And Bisol Prosecco, one of the most celebrated wines of the Veneto region, produced on the mainland just north of Venice.
And finally, a local white wine, the only wine grown and produced in the lagoon of Venice. And of course, this is Italy, so we must have something to eat.
So we have some cicchetti, treats to ready us for aperitivo.
So begin with the Bellini.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And cheers, first of all.
What do you say here, Venice?
A noi.
Annoy. What does annoy mean?
To us.
Oh, annoy.
It's delicious.
Very smelly.
I very like it. The
Yeah.
fruit is fantastic.
Smooth,
isn't it?
smelly.
Very smooth.
Yeah, slightly sweet, but not too much. Huh?
It's like a dessert in a glass.
Well, you're right.
Anyway, let's move on.
This is Aperol. So there's a contrast between the bitterness and the sweetness. Smells of orange, first of all.
It does.
Smells
Bitter
of orange.
orange.
Yeah, it's a little bit of herbs macerated in alcohol and sugar.
And the colour is obviously very Venetian and very fun.
Color is very
beautiful.
inviting,
Now the Prosecco.
Very rich in acidity. This one smells, of pear. Very low in alcohol, like 10.5. So
Almost an insult.
Perfect, but that's a perfect
that's why if
aperitivo.
yes, it's simple, but this is what you need from time to time.
But the Veneto wine region isn't just famous for its sparkling.
This is the so-called Venetian wine. That is called Orto.
I quite like it. It's quite
Albazia.
light, really.
It is light,
There's a big difference, isn't it? It's kind of like either it's sweet or it's finishing with a bitter end.
And dry.
Yes, dry.
These 4 drinks to me is like the summary of Venetians.
Yes.
They're very sweet.
Very
They're
colourful.
very colourful. They're effervescent and fun. And they're very cool. If we could put all 4 drinks in a bottle, I think we'd be close to the spirit of Venice.
For sure, for sure. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The aperitivo is more than just a drink. It's about enjoying Venice and great company. Time to put your local knowledge to good, and meet the locals.
And I know just the place. Somewhere we can have beers with gondoliers.
But beer isn't an aperitivo.
Yeah, but it rhymes.
Do you want to order?
Yeah, what do you want?
I will take Prosecco, I think. Cheers, man. Very nice. Oh, that's nice.
Did you go Campari?
Aperol. Aperol. Do you do aperitivo? With a spritzer. Good choice. As an aperitivo, it's my preference at the moment. It's lovely, isn't it? Matthew Rhys is going to buy these drinks. A very generous man.
Of course.
Grazie.
Maybe we've done enough drinking to make a decision now.
I think drinking with gondoliers was a bad idea.
Yeah. Have you got any aspirin?
Hello again.
For the last time. Good God.
Still feeling a little seasick.
I do.
Do you enjoy that?
Oh, really? Very much.
A little too much.
You've brought back two quite distinct styles. Do you want to tell me about them? What have you got?
Well, this is a very interesting beast, the Orto. It's very much made in Venice itself. And it's very interesting and it's very distinctive and it was enjoyable, but we came to a decision of sort of, that's not, although made in Venice, it doesn't represent the spirit to us of Venice.
Yes, I think on our 12th task, I hope that we understood what the rules were. We brought you two wines that both equally represent Venice. However, our choice of what represents the spirit of Venice to us was Prosecco. For many reasons. For the true meaning of aperitivo, which means to open, which Venice is by the bucket load. It's an open city in that its diversity proves as much as it proves throughout the country.
You know what, the Italians do a good fizz.
I'm going to try these, but I think we're about ready to unleash you on the world with this wine talent.
Our own show?
I know both these wines.
Do you? Oh, good.
The Orto di Venezia is a very unusual wine. And you're right, it's very distinctive. I think it's very interesting, and there is a very intense, particular characteristic. There's a remarkable acidity and minerality to it. And also, it is a mature white, but it's an unusual one.
But the granddaddy is the fizz.
Either you're lucky or you're geniuses.
Lucky.
Lucky geniuses?
Yeah.
Possibly lucky geniuses. Cartizze is a single vineyard. It's some of the most expensive vineyards in the world. And if you stand on the edge of it, you can look right down into Venice.
Ah.
This is not just ordinary Prosecco. This is very good Prosecco. Delicious.
We thought so.
It's got a richness, it's got a depth that you wouldn't expect. If you are going to drink Prosecco, this is about as good as it gets. One wine captures the spirit of Venice.
There she goes!
Here, here.
Isol Cartizze Prosecco.
Fantastic.
What?
And our case is complete.
A 12, huh?
You must be very proud.
I was about to say, I'm really proud of that.
So am I.
You going to take one home?
Take 12 home.
Take a case home.
You've done brilliantly well.
Yeah.
Italy in a case. Perfect stuff.
Case closed.
Still to come.
My great-great-grandfather came over from Scotland, and we made our first vintage of wine in 1889.
Amelia Singer finds out how one of Australia's oldest wine families is future-proofing their business in the face of climate change.
Here we are again, and I feel, although in Italy, closer to home.
You are. There's a British wine here.
Yep.
An English wine, I should say.
It's from Kent.
It is from Kent,
I
yes.
know.
Shall I open it up?
Let's open it up. I used to live very close to this place, and this comes from Staplehurst on the Hush Heath estate.
Is that when you were evicted?
That was when I was evicted, just prior to an incredible accident of drinking with Balfour, which is what this is.
And do you know why we're trying this wine?
Because I'd imagine it has something to do with the fact that the French are panicking, because now England's becoming the most amazing terroir for making champagne.
We're looking at climate change, and the climate has changed sufficiently that suddenly England and northern hemisphere, further northern countries in the northern hemisphere are becoming great for making interesting wines where it couldn't ripen previously. It has happened in the past. Romans and in the medieval period, you were able to grow grapes much further north in England than we have them even now.
Yes.
Could you show me how a Frenchman would panic? Ah, good.
Yeah.
Maybe this.
One of the joys of being in the northern hemisphere is that as the climate warms up, we're able to just move our vineyards ever further north and it keeps them cool. But you don't have that luxury in large parts of the southern hemisphere. Think of South Africa, you just drop into the sea. But Amelia Singer went to discover a new winemaking frontier in Australia.
Tasmania is one of the world's most exciting wine regions. It is so highly sought after by winemakers that there's actually a grape shortage.
But its popularity isn't due to the admittedly stunning scenery. It's because Australia has the unfortunate honour of feeling the effects of climate change as much as anyone else. Tasmania, though, is offering producers a way out.
Due to it being so far south and surrounded by water, it allows it to be one of the few generally cool climate areas in Australia.
Tasmania lies 150 miles south of Australia, putting it further into the temperate climate zone and closer to the Antarctic Circle. Consequently, temperatures are cooler than on the mainland, and cooler climates make for better wine. Ross Brown, CEO of Brown Brothers, was one of the first producers from Australia to realise Tasmania's potential. Not surprising, as he and daughter Caroline have pioneering spirit built into their family DNA.
What brought the Brown family actually to Australia?
My great-great-grandfather came over from Scotland, and we made our first vintage of wine in 1889, so that was over 125 years ago. We've always kind of been at the forefront of doing something a bit different, so I guess Tassie was our next, obvious step.
But you must have been one of the first winemakers to actually invest in Tasmania due to climate change issues.
Progressively, we began to recognise the impact of global warming on the mainland and started looking for a cooler climate because it is a whole new frontier. We struggle with Pinot Noir on the mainland. It just gets too ripe too quickly, doesn't have those fine, beautiful flavours. And down here, it really is the king of the red grapes.
And do you think now there's going to be lots of people watching your success and wanting to replicate it themselves?
This is already happening. We're seeing a number of other companies coming to Tasmania and more people recognise that with climate change, the wines in the mainland will get fuller and richer, and from Tasmania we'll get finer and more elegant.
Although it's an island, Tasmania has a number of different microclimates, which are created by its diverse landscape. Where the Browns have situated their vineyard has the mountains on the one side and ocean on the other.
Is that not a negative thing for the vines, though, being right there?
When we first got involved down here, we were really worried about vines being so close to seawater. And we did a lot of testing and we drilled holes, and there's absolutely no migration of the salt water to the vine's roots, and we don't get any damage from the salt water. So I think this has to be one of the world's closest matching of ocean water next to vines, and it does have a very modifying effect on the temperature in the vineyard and keeps it cooler during the warmer months.
This unique microclimate means that Ross and the Brown family have hit gold. In 2010, they invested a sum of nearly £20 million buying up vineyards and wineries, the first outside of Victoria in the family's 150-year history. And Brown Brothers haven't looked back since.
Here's some of our Pinot Noir. This is one of the most difficult grape varieties in the world to grow. And you'll notice the bunches are really small and really dark in colour. When you taste the fruit, you get this explosion of flavour. And this is what Tasmania is about, is intensity and this acidity in this cool climate that really keeps the flavours beautifully balanced.
Those are delicious.
But it's not all good news. Vines are a monoculture that can disrupt an ecosystem.
Are you worried that as interest increases in Tasmania and more people buy land here, that this could have a negative impact on the environment?
Well, you really have to get Tasmania into context. It's at less than 1% of Australia's wine production, and it could increase threefold without having significant change to the national demand, but it'd have enormous impact on new plantings in Tasmania.
And will there ever be a grape shortage, do you think? Because I've already heard that's already a bit of an issue here.
There is a grape shortage at the moment, and in Tasmania they're just so small in production that you can't buy fruit.
So with a shortage of grapes in Tasmania and increasing temperatures on the mainland, the Australian wine industry faces potential devastation due to climate change. Facing slowly increasing temperatures, the winemakers are turning to the University of Adelaide and Professor Stephen Tyerman for help. He founded the Vineyard of the Future project, which develops technology to help winemakers adapt to climate change.
Can you tell me about the Vineyard of the Future project?
This was conceived about 2 years ago in response to the threats of climate change and warming. Everything's happening so much more quickly in the vineyard that knowing exactly when the grapes are going to be ripened and how much you have is one of the major issues. In fact, the harvests have been progressing at about 1.5 days per year in Australia. Since I've started working at the University of Adelaide from about 2001, Shiraz has ripened about 15 days earlier now than it did back then. That means we've actually had to change when the students come back to do their course.
I'm not a techie person, so I'm left carrying the bags, as Stephen brings what looks like the world's biggest selfie stick into the vineyard. It is, however, an advanced bit of kit. The future for vineyards of mainland Australia and areas affected by climate change is a sophisticated one. Stephen has developed an app which monitors the vine's canopy and light penetration, important for photosynthesis.
So basically what it does is take a photograph from underneath the canopy, and that's why we have this fancy little gizmo to hold it there, and that gives us an upward view through the canopy here, so the leaf layers.
For the leaf layers, exactly, yeah.
And then that tells us how much light's penetrating down, as well as the amount of blocked area that the leaves are blocking out the light with. So from that, we can compute the leaf layers that are basically filtering out the sun and taking up light for photosynthesis.
They've also developed a... Well, I'll let Stephen explain what it is.
This is what we call a near-infrared reflectance spectrometer. So it's a big mouthful, but essentially what it does is it shoots out some light and then it senses what's reflected back, and then it does a spectrum analysis of that light that comes back into the instrument.
OK, can I try zapping?
Yeah, I'll turn it on first.
So you just switch it on, line up.
Yep.
Choose my spot. Aim. Oh, I hear it beeping. And then
There's the spectrum. And so we can extract that information and calibrate it against water content or sugar content or nitrogen content.
And that's important to know, again, just in terms of making sure the grape is developing healthily, the leaves are developing healthily.
Correct.
Yeah.
Climate change is a very real and serious issue. When you read about wine and climate change in the newspapers, it sounds positively apocalyptic. But Professor Tyerman isn't all doom and gloom. He's remaining positive. It's almost as if he's taking the challenge of climate change personally. And so should we, because thanks to creative, pioneering, and brave winemakers, we'll still be able to experience all kinds of wine from all around the world for many years to come.
Do you have a laser gun?
I don't have a laser gun, no, but there were some really cool toys there.
There were.
This is one of Ross Brown's Tasmanian Pinot Noirs.
Lovely colour.
Tell me what you think of this.
I can smell the salt. Yeah, very nice. Ooh.
It keeps it really fresh and tangy.
Peppery, really nice, very smooth, medium-bodied, beautiful.
Tasmania is a thrilling place to be seeing people making wine, and we'll see a lot more wine coming out of Tasmania.
As depressing as climate change is, vines to me seem like one of the organisms that perennially find a way of adapting and surviving, and then ultimately to almost changing the taste of new flavours.
They are remarkably adaptable plants. They really tolerate tough environments. And what we will see, I mean, it seems sort of crass to say that climate change will go and bring us brand new, exciting wine areas. You know, Sweden has a small but thriving wine industry. It ripens grapes quite happily. There's vineyards outside Leeds Bradford Airport. You will see Belgian Chardonnay. There is a vineyard in Finland, of all places. Really? So certainly in the Northern Hemisphere, we will move ever further north.
And yet not much in Wales.
There are vineyards in Wales, absolutely.
Are there? Carry on.
People will be interested to find out about climate change, I'm sure, and look up for these two wines. They're both great wines. Balfour Brut and the Devil's Corner. Best place to go, our website.
Joe, thank you very much. Matthew, thank you very much. And join us again in this little Devil's Corner on the next episode of The Wine Show. This one, has got me very excited.
Why?
Because it's a country that I've never tasted a wine from. That was terrible syntax. Or grammar.
Don't tend on a conjunction.